Hello everyone, welcome you all to my channel, The Excelism. Whoever watching in the YouTube live, I hope my voice is clear for everyone. Request you please confirm in the chat box. Once it is good, then probably I can go ahead with the session. Yeah, I'm just trying to check whether my voice is clear and the screen is visible. Can someone put in the chat box whether my voice is clear? Yes. Thank you so much. Yeah, another week, 7th session. Today's session is on the protection of MS Excel. I'm sure Excel is one of the application we use day in and day out. Protection is something very important because we may not share the data, everything to the other person. And sometimes we don't want the other person to insert extra sheets. Or in fact, we don't want the other person to open the file at all without our permission. So considering all these aspects, I feel protection is a topic which I can cover in 1 hour. So again, welcoming you all to the Thursday for Technology series. In today's session, I'll be talking for next 1 hour on the topic called protection of MS Excel. Let me share the screen. Yeah, this is the folder. As I already mentioned in the previous sessions also, you can get the working files access real time. You just go to the description of this live or this video. In the description, you will find a Dropbox link. You just open it. Whatever the files I'm going to work, those all files you can download after this live, right? So let me open one Excel file. Let me call this Excel file name as a protection. Let me open. For all your information, the concept of protection which I am covering is there since 2003 version. So don't worry about whether your version is 2003 or 2007 or 2010 or 13 or 16 or 19 or 22 or even Office 365. So whoever attending this session, you can use this concept in all the versions. However, there is a small extra update happened in 2019 version that is not available before 2019. Okay, whoever using 2019 or 2022 or Office 365, then you can use that option. So I'll spell there and there whatever the new option I'm talking about. Let's look into the concept today, the protection. When I say the protection, first question which comes into the mind that how many different types of protection we can have. So let me put it, types of protection. The first one, if you ask me, because I always narrow down the entire concept of Excel. We have an application. In the application, we have workbook or workbooks. In the workbook, we have sheet or sheets. In the sheets, we have one of the sheet type is a worksheet. However, we have chart sheet, we have macro sheet, and we have dialog sheet. Though we have different types of sheets, by default, every sheet is a worksheet. However, if you want, you can just right click, insert. If you want, you can have a chart sheet, macro sheet, dialog sheet. In fact, today's session is not about sheets, so I'm not going much deeper into that. In the sheet, you will be having rows and columns. Wherever row and column intersect, we call it as a cell. This is what the hierarchy, if you ask me, the architecture of Microsoft Excel. That's the reason I always focus whenever I teach Excel about the cell, because cell is something, is the narrowed down part. Meaning, if you understand about the cell end to end, that means you are covering Excel 70%. Because I don't do anything at the application level. I don't even do anything at the workbook level, sheet level, row level, or column level. Whatever I do in Microsoft Excel, I do at the cell level, right? But when it comes to the objects, workbook is an object, right? So this is the place where protection is required. Protection of workbook. In the workbook, worksheets are available. This is the place where protection is required. Protection of worksheets. And there is no specific protection to a row or column. Protection of the cells. There are three different types of protection we have in Microsoft Excel. One is protection of workbook. The other one is protection of worksheet. The other one is protection of cell. So considering these three are different types, let us go ahead with the first type, protection of workbook, right? Today, I would like to cover end-to-end of protection in Microsoft Excel. So once you attend this session, tomorrow you should not have any confusion with respect to the protection of Microsoft Excel. So that is the reason whoever missed in the live, I request you please watch the recorded session. The record session I'll be uploading after immediately the live. Whoever attending in the live, wherever you feel I'm going faster, maybe after the live, you can come back. You can watch the same video and the same workbook which I'm using now, the working file, I'll be uploading into the Dropbox, and the Dropbox link I've already shared in the description, right? Just for the confirmation, yeah, I hope whoever watching, they already confirmed that my audio is clear and the screen is proper. Protection of workbook, what is the meaning of it? Once protected, user cannot open the Excel until enters correct password. That is the meaning of it. That means this protection is at the workbook level. Let's say if you want to stop the user even at the workbook level, you can do that. That is the first type of protection, protection of the workbook. Once protected, user cannot open the Excel until enters correct password. Now let us see how you can do the protection. There are different ways of doing the protection. There are two ways basically. I'll write the navigation here. I can go to the file tab. I can go to the info section. There is an option called protect workbook drop down. In that, are you finding there is an option called encrypt with password? Require a password to open this workbook, right? Let me click this. Then immediately you got a small pop-up. What I'll be doing, I will just take this pop-up and I will take a screenshot of it. I'll put it here so that this can be a very good reference to you, right? So let me just put here. Let me tell you what is a navigation to go into this. It is info section, sorry, file tab. We call it as a backstage view. In that info section, in that protect workbook drop down, in that encrypt with password, right? Enter password, then confirm password. That's all. Now let me go here, File tab, Info section, Protect Workbook, Encrypt with password. Let me give a password 123. Enter. Confirm the password 123. Enter. Right? A password is required to open this workbook. Wonderful. Now go back. Let me save this file. Let me close this file. Go back to the same folder. Let me double click this protection now. Wonderful. Check it out. What it asked. Protection. Password is required. So once you tried opening this Excel workbook, this type of password will appear. Right? Now let me give the password 123. Enter. Okay. So let me put, okay, this screenshot is, okay, I'm not capture, Control C. Let me put Control V so that you can see after you close the file, what will happen. Okay, see, generally my sessions are very elaborate so that you need not to spend more time later. These all are end to end. So protected while opening protected workbook. While opening protected, I'm sorry, protected workbook. This is the message you will get it, right? This is one way through which you can do the protection. Okay. What is the other way? There is a second method also. The second method is I can go to file tab. Sorry, let me save as. So F12 is the shortcut. So F12, either we can call it as a save as also. Now let me click F12. Otherwise, you go to the file tab. You have an option called save as, browse, right? Now, while I'm saving this, there are a couple of options I'm having here. File name, save as type. By default, it is .xlsx. As you all know, Excel is having other extension called XLSM, XLSB. XLSM is basically the macro enabled workbook. Binary, if you want to reduce the file size, we generally use the binary. Till 2013 version, it used to be .xls, and there are so many items are there. By default, it is .xlsx. Generally, we immediately click save. This is what by default button we click. But left side of save, there is another option called tools. And it is having a drop down. Let me click general options, right? So let me take this general options in the tools. And by default, it is having the password. Why? Because I am trying to apply the password for the same file where already I have given the password. That is the reason by default you got the password. Otherwise, what I'm going to do, cancel, go back, go to the file tab. I'm sorry. Go to the file tab, info section, protect workbook, encrypt with password, remove this. This is the way you are removing the password if you already keep it, save it. Now let me save as, let me go to the tools, general options. Now it is blank. Now what I can do, I can give the password now 123. Let me click OK. Confirm the password 123. Let me click OK. Now you click save. It will ask you, do you want to replace? Of course, I want to replace. Click yes. Save. Close. Now, if I'm trying to open the same Excel workbook, still it is going to ask me the password because I entered the password while saving this file. So once you click save as, tools drop down. In the tools drop down, general options, in that password to open. Then enter password and confirm password. This is the image you will find, right? In both the ways, you can do the same. I already told you, this is the way you can give the password. If you want to remove the password, it's very simple. Whether you go here, enter the password, you can find in the info section. Whether you go to the info and give the password, you can find even in the general options. Now, if I go to the file, if I go to info, since I already given a password at the general options, the same password is appearing. Encrypt with password, remove this password, click OK, go back, save the file, close it, close this application. If I open this Excel without password, it will get open. I hope it is clear. Okay. This is about protection of workbook, right? Any question till here? There is a live chat. Probably you can put your question in the live chat with respect to the protection of workbook. I hope I have covered very elaborate. Now let's come to the second one, second type, protection of workbook, right? So let me go down here. Second one, protection of worksheets in the workbook. I'm just extending this wording, right? Once protected, user cannot do structural changes to the workbook. If you use this option, once protected, user cannot do the structural changes to the workbook. When I use a word called structural changes, you immediately got confused. What do you mean by the structural changes? The meaning of structural changes means any change with respect to worksheet or sheets rather. Any change with respect to sheets is a structural changes. Protection of worksheets in the workbook, right? Meaning, generally, what are the changes we can do with respect to the sheet? The following, once protected, in another way, once protected, the following is not possible. What? You cannot insert a new sheet. You cannot delete the existing sheet. You cannot hide the sheet. You cannot unhide the sheet. You cannot rename the sheet, right? You cannot change the tab color, right? See, basically, with respect to the sheet, we can insert a sheet, we can delete a sheet, we can hide a sheet, we can unhide a sheet, we can rename a sheet, and we can change the tab color. These all are the 6 different type of activities we can do with respect to the sheet. Whenever you do anything with respect to sheet, we call that as a structural changes. When you apply the protection, then you cannot do the structural changes. But let's see how we can apply this protection. It's very simple. Go to the review tab. There is an option called protect workbook. Don't confuse. Protect workbook means sheets in the workbook. That is the meaning of it. So I just need to go to the review tab. In that, protect group. In that, protect workbook, right? In that, enter password, confirm password. That's all. Don't confuse. Though the option name is a protect workbook, see, you can see the screen tip here. Keep others from making structural changes to your workbook, such as moving, deleting, adding the sheets. Oh, there are 2 more things I forget here. We can move the sheet and we can copy the sheet. These all are the 8 different activities we can do with respect to the sheet. These all we call it as a structural changes to the workbook. Okay. When we say structural changes to the workbook, that is the reason the option here is a protect workbook. Meaning is protect the structural changes to the workbook. Now what I'll be doing, I'll just go here. Are you finding here by default structure got selected? Because I'm using a version after 2007, Windows is disabled. The meaning is, as of now, only one workbook window got opened in my Excel. If I open another Excel workbook window, I used Control N. There are two windows. I can arrange both the windows differently. See, this is the way I can arrange. But earlier, okay, I'm not going much deeper into the structure of workbook, but just for your information, I'm telling. Earlier, at the back end, only one application will be there, and windows you can resize, meaning I can keep one window in this small path, maybe another window I can fit here, maybe another window I can fit here, maybe the entire screen I can make it into 4 parts, and I can fit 4 workbooks, one after other, one below other, and so on. But from 2010 version, if I am not wrong, that Windows concept is not there, right? Now, along with your application, your workbook also will be there. Okay, so that's the reason that is by default got disabled. So at that time, we used to have an option, whether do you want to protect the structure or do you want to protect the windows? The meaning, once you protect the window, next time, whenever it's as simple as this. Have a look. Let's say my window size is this. My window size is this, right? This is the window size. Now let me double click this. Now another Excel I will open. My window size is here. Maybe another Excel I can open. Probably you can understand much better now. Though that concept is not there in the latest version, but you may understand much better. This is first window, second window, third window. My third window is here, right? If I can apply an option called go to the review, go to the, where is the protection? 1 second. Go to the review, then go to the protect workbook. Then if I apply a window, next time I cannot maximize this. That means my window size is exactly the same. Next time, whenever I open this workbook will have an exactly same window. However, as I mentioned, that particular one, they have removed in the latest version. Okay, so let me close all these blank Excel workbooks. Let me go back to the review, protect the workbook. By default, it is a structure now. Let me give the password. See, you can either give the password or you can ignore because it is optional. Even if you click OK without password, if you go here, it is asking you to unprotect it, because if you see, this is a different background color. That means there is a protection applied. So once you click it, automatically the protection will be disabled because it will unprotect because I did not give any password. Now let me give the password. 1, 2, 3 is the password I have given. It is asking me to confirm. 1, 2, 3. Enter. Wonderful. Now, can I go and write something here? Of course, because I have not given a protection to the cells, but I have given protection to the structure of the workbook. Meaning, if I click this insert new sheet plus symbol, see, though I am clicking, nothing is happening. But you may not see my mouse whether I'm clicking or not. I know you have a doubt. What I'll be doing, I'll right click. Insert option got disabled. Delete option got disabled. Rename got disabled. Move or copy got disabled. Tab color got disabled. Hide or unhide got disabled. That means none of the option with respect to the structural change is appearing. Otherwise, you can even go to the home tab. Let's go to the insert. You will not find insert sheet. Let's go to the delete. You will not find delete sheet. Let's go to the format. You will not find hide or unhide sheet. You will not even find rename sheet, move or copy, tab color. It's not possible for you to insert. Generally, where I use this option, let's say while I prepare the financial statement, always my first sheet is an index. My second sheet is always a trial balance. My third sheet is always a balance sheet. My fourth sheet is always a P&L. Of course, I have a computation sheet here, computation of tax. tax computation. After this is relating to share capital schedule, right? Here in the next sheet, I always keep balance sheet schedules. Here I'll keep P&L schedules. Here I'll keep adjustment J's, if any, I posted at the time of finalization. This I always keep others 1. I'll keep it others 2. I'll keep this as others 3. Okay. These all are the sheets maximum I'll be having for any financial statements working. But normally, if I directly ask my staff to work on financial statement, they create n number of sheets. Balance sheets you'll find 2. And balance sheet somewhere they keep at the end. Sometimes P&L is at the top. Index may be at the middle. They reshuffle the sheets in whatever the way they want. And they'll also keep on insert the sheets, though it is not much required, but they keep on insert the sheet with a different name. And they'll hide some of the sheets. They'll unhide some of the sheets. So to eliminate that messing up, standardization is something, consistency is something very important in every organization. To make my financial statement consistent at my office for every client, this is the methodology I follow. What I follow, I create like this, the blank one. I'll just go to the review tab. I'll go to protect workbook. I'll give the password. This is my personal password. Let's say I'm just giving ABC. Click OK. Just to remove the confusion later, because later this file you may use it. I am not going to give any password. It's a blank password. Let me click OK. Wonderful. Now, even if my staff wanted to move this index at the end, it is not allowing. If you see, there is a stop symbol. Even if my staff wanted to insert a sheet, not possible. Delete, not possible. Rename, not possible. Changing the tab color, not possible. Hide, unhide, not possible. See, this is the way we can standardize the templates. When the standardization is required, let's say, let us go into the other situation. The other situation is, one more Excel I have opened. This is the sales summary. Sales, let's say sales 2023. Okay. Let me keep in the same folder called Thursday for Technology and 7th session. Save. And in this, first sheet must be always Jan. Second sheet must be always Feb. Third sheet must be always MAR. Fourth sheet is April. Very quickly, what I do, I keep on insert the sheets, right? April, then immediately, just bear with me for a couple of minutes. Then this is May, then this is June, then this is July, then this is August, then this is September, then October, then let me have another 2 sheets, November, then December, right? Now, if I go to the review tab, protect workbook, let me give the password. I'm not giving any password, just for your sake. Okay, you can give the password in your real-time scenarios. Let me click OK. Now, even if user want to insert something, he cannot. If user want to even rename this as a September full, he cannot. What it is saying? Workbook is protected, cannot be changed. I'm trying to rename it. You know when this is very helpful? Let's say the same type of template I am sending across to all the departments. Now this is sales 2023. This department name is, let's say, sales 2023, or else let me put a name called marketing. I'm looking for their budget. Control C, Control V. This is operations, right? And this is, let's say, finance. At the time of budget, I'm preparing this. And this is HR, right? Now, these all four, let me put as budget 2023. I'll put in the internal server of my organization. Then the respective budget responsible fellow will open this He will only fill the data. He will not do anything. I'm sorry. I think even this, okay, yeah, correct. So I can open this finance. He will only fill the finance data. He will not do anything. He cannot change any of the thing. He just need to fill the data. When you can standardize this type of things, later I can read this folder in my Power Query and I can start reading each and every file and I can consolidate the data at one place. That is possible. But when I use in the Power Query for the automation, this particular folder, but unfortunately, when operations is there, let's say when I have allowed the person to rename this, let's say protection is not there, he made it instead of September to September. And also he inserted another sheet called 2022. Because when I have not restricted, he can do whatever he want. When he save and close this, because I made an automation using these folder files at one place, using the Power Query or Power BI, because there are a couple of changes happened in this particular file, the entire automation, that consistency will go wrong and the final result will go wrong, right? In those cases also, the protection of worksheets is very much important and relevant. So let me delete this and let me have a protection to the sheets in the workbook. I hope everyone are clear with this particular point of protection of sheets in the workbook. It does the protection of the structure. Now let me save this file as a financial statements sheets. Okay, close it. Any question till now? I'm sure 25 people are following live. After that, after this live, I'm sure many people will watch this. You are free to connect in the comments. Let's say you are watching not a live but recorded video, and I will try to answer in the comments. There's a question. If you forget the password, whether we can open the same. Sanjeev, I'll cover that as a last 15 minutes or 10 minutes topic. Okay. For the time being, let us ignore that. Let us only consider how to save the data. Let us not go how to break it. Okay. But however, keep your question. I'll talk in the last 10 minutes after the last topic gets over. The last topic is protection of cell. The very important one. I'm sure everyone may be waiting. 3. Protection of cells in the worksheet of workbook. That means, if you observe carefully, here the scope is the workbook, the entire workbook. Here the scope is structure of worksheets. Structure of workbook, meaning sheets. Okay. Here the scope is cells in the worksheet. That means the third protection which I'm going to talk about, you can apply for one single sheet. You cannot apply for all the sheets. That's not possible. However, you can write a VBA code. You can protect all the sheets at a time. But we are not talking about the programming language here. So that's the reason. Let us concentrate how to protect the cells in the worksheet of workbook. But before me going further on this topic, let me explain you about 4 important keywords. What are the keywords? There is a keyword called locked cell, unlocked cell, protected cell, finally hidden cell. Not sure how many of you already know about this. Concentrate if you are not already. Unlocked cell, locked cell, protected cell, hidden cell. By default, every cell in Microsoft Excel is you generally think it's unlocked. But let me correct you. By default, every cell is a locked cell. By default, every cell in the worksheet is a locked cell. If we want to unlock, we must need to do manually. Don't worry, I'll tell you where you will find it, whether a cell is locked or not, where you can find whether a cell is unlocked or not. Don't worry, I'll cover that elaborately. Protected cell means, let me tell you an exemption, a rule here. Only locked cells can be protected, right? Once protected, user cannot edit. That's what the meaning of the protection of the cell. Once you protect, you cannot edit. That's the meaning of it. Hidden cell means, I will talk about this very elaborately again. Once protected, user cannot see anything in the formula. Okay, once hidden, user cannot see anything in the formula. Okay, don't worry. Okay, you may not understand these technical words immediately, but when I go a little further, you will get to know what exactly I'm talking about. Locked cell, unlocked cell, protected cell, hidden cell. Now let me insert a sheet, but I can't insert here because it is protected. Let me unprotect it. I forget the password, ABC. No, oh my God. 1, 2, 3. That's the reason my suggestion, please give the password. At least you must need to remember. Okay. And for your information, there is no option of forget password. Once gone, your file is gone. However, there are so many tools in the market through which you can break the password. But in today's session, I will cover, if you forget the password, how you can break it for the second type of protection and third type of protection. But for the first type of protection of workbook, even I don't have an answer, right? There are n number of tools in the market. You need to buy it. Okay. So when you give a password for opening a file, if you forget it, consider it is over. You cannot get it back. Okay. However, with a couple of conditions, there are tools in the market. You need to buy those tools. But for the second one and third one, if you forget it, I will tell you how you can retrieve back or how you can break the password. Right? Wonderful. Every cell, okay, I have unprotected, right? Now let me insert a sheet. Concentrate a bit. I told a concept here, every cell is a locked cell. How I can prove? Very simple. Go to the home tab. There is an option called format. Are you finding last but one? There is an option called locked cell. Locked cell, that lock symbol is having a background box. That means it is a locked cell. Otherwise, there is one more way. Right click, format cells, go to the protection. By default, it is locked. This is the way generally we identify whether a cell is a locked cell or not. This is the option I'm talking about. Okay. So let me go here. Let me just, oops. Let me just select this. This is by default option. Let me copy it. Let me paste it so that you can understand what exactly I'm trying to tell when you refer this workbook later, right? That is one way through which you can see. But how you can confirm that all the cells in the workbook are locked? Very simple. Select everything. Right click. Format cells. Now it's a locked. It's a tick, locked tick. That means every cell is a locked cell by default. But Saran, it's a locked cell, but still I can write something. Of course, in the locked cell, you can do whatever you want, because just because it is locked, it doesn't mean it is protected until unless you protect it. Try to understand. Just because a cell is locked, it doesn't mean it is protected. Locked cell is different, protected cell is different. But for your information, only locked cells can be protected, right? Now, If I want to unlock, I can, let's say this is an area. Let me put in the yellow color. I want to unlock this area. What I can do? Select this, then right click, format cells, unlock. Click OK. Wow. Now, for your information, this sheet is having two types of cells. Yes or no? One, locked cells. Second one, unlocked cells. Very important. Okay. Locked cells, unlocked cells. First of all, how do you know that this particular worksheet is having both locked and unlocked? Very simple. Select everything, right click, format cells. Earlier, this tick was a full tick. Now see, there is a background with a hyphen symbol. That means this locked is having a combination with unlocked and locked. That means some cells are unchecked, some cells are checked. That's the reason this is a box with having a hyphen symbol. Through this indication, you can understand what are the cells which are locked and what are unlocked. And I have given a different color. So this is an indication that these all are unlocked cells. But if I remove the color, if I remove the color, if I save this file, close it and close it, if I send this particular file to my friend through email, if my friend open this particular workbook and he may understand that this sheet is having both locked and unlocked because of this symbol, hyphen symbol. But if I ask him which cells are locked, which are unlocked, can he identify? Very difficult. I hope you all understood this question. It's not about some cells locked, some cells unlocked. You can easily do that. But how can you know which cells are locked, which cells are unlocked? Just now I told you a methodology to know whether combination of locked and unlocked are there. But I'm trying to tell you now how to identify which one are locked or which one are unlocked. I'm asking this question to the live participants. There are 25 people who are watching this. Can you please tell me how to find which cells are locked and which cells are unlocked? Yeah, Rameshwar Reddy, I'll cover that. Okay, please bear with me. But for the first type of protection, we cannot unprotect it. We cannot break the password. But for the second type and third type, we can do that. Just continue and complete this session. But here my question is to all the participants who are watching this video, you can just pause it and you can understand, try how to find only the locked cells or how to find only the unlocked cells. Don't worry. Let me cover this. This is the, there is an option. Okay, what I'll be doing, let me go here. Control C. Okay, let me Control C. Let me paste somewhere, anywhere here, probably. Let this be, no problem. Now here, how to find unlocked cells in the worksheet. This is simple, right? If I can find unlocked cells, remaining all are locked. Very good. Simple. I am stretching here a word called find. What is a find? Control plus F. Let's go to Control plus F. Are you finding there is an option by default? It comes like this. But you click these options, go to the format, just uncheck both, right? That means unlocked is the one which I am looking for. Otherwise, let me show you again for all of you. Control plus F, go to the format, uncheck this because I don't want locked. Okay, I don't want locked cells because I am looking for unlocked cells. Click OK. You will find a word called preview. That means some format you got selected. Now there is an option called find all. Wonderful. There are so many cells, not a problem. What is an option to select everything? Control plus A. Wow. All the cells got selected. At the back end, all those got selected. Now you change the color. These all are nothing but the unlocked cells, right? Control plus F. In that, options, in that, format, in that, protection, in that, uncheck, locked. Wonderful. Then click find all. Then control plus A, that is for select all. Then change color. Wonderful. Right? Now, we are still at the point understanding the concept of locked and unlocked. If you all can excuse me today, I may go a little extend than 1 hour, considering the importance of the session, right? Very good. Now, I want to protect this sheet now. If I protect it, let us see where is the option. If you want to protect, the option is in the ribbon menu, review tab. There is an option called, protect the group. In that protect group, there is an option called protect sheet, right? Go to the review, protect sheet. In the protect sheet, enter the password, right? And confirm the password. But again, friends, protection is also 3 different type of protection. Subtypes are there. 3.1. What is that, you know? I don't want, I in the sense, don't allow the user into the protected cell. This is one type of protection. The other type of protection is allow the user to the protected cell, but don't allow the user to edit. Anyway, once you protect, you cannot edit, but you can go into that cell. The third type of protection is, but there is a small issue in the second type of protection. Let's say I have written very nice formula. Otherwise, if you want to write the formula, you need to spend a lot of time. But with my Excel skill, I have written a very small formula, which is doing almost a small automation. But I don't want someone to steal this formula. Then what I do, then what I can do, when I don't allow, it looks a little odd. When I allow the user, he can see my formula. Then third option is allow the user to the protected cells, but don't show the formula bar content. Very important one. Meaning, user can go to a cell, but if he go to a cell, he can only see the answer in the cell. That means a cell content he can see. What is there in the formula bar, he cannot see. In the cell, only he can find the result of the formula. But in the formula bar only, you can see what exactly the formula. So the third type of protection, he cannot see the formula bar content, right? Now let us look into the navigation for the first one. This is the navigation to the first one. Very simple navigation. Review tab, protect a group, protect a sheet, enter the password. Now let me insert a sheet. All cells are locked. All cells are locked. The sheet name is, just for your information. Now if I go to product sheet, since all cells are locked cells, let me give the password. I'm giving a password of 1. Don't read all these things. I'll talk about it. Click OK. Confirm the password 1. Click OK. Now, friends, you can go to any cell. There is no problem. But you cannot edit this because all cells got protected. Why all cells got protected in this worksheet? Because every cell is a locked cell. If you apply a protection, all locked cells will be default protected. I hope you understood. So you cannot do anything in this workbook. Now let me give the password. All cells are locked. Once applied protection, all cells will be protected, right? Now you just go here, click OK, confirm OK. You cannot do anything. Even if you're trying to do, there is a display like this you are finding, right? There is a display like this you're finding. Now let me take this display, Control C. I'm making it very elaborate because later you can just download this workbook and once user apply, he'll find this message. Once users, if user tries to try editing the cell, try edit the cell, the following message appears, right? Wonderful. Now let me protect this. Okay. Okay. Password is 1. Now in this case, let me remove the password because later you are going to use it. So I'm not giving any password here. Click OK. Still it is protected. You cannot do anything in this sheet. Wonderful. But this is not, I'm sorry. This must be the, 1 second. Yeah. Now this is 3.1 because I'm allowing the user and this must be the 3.2. Okay. Wonderful. In this case, what we have done just now, I could go into a cell. I could go into a cell. I can even see the formula bar content, but I cannot edit. That is what the first type of protection. That is nothing but allow the user to the protected cell, but don't allow user to edit. Wonderful, right? So let me go towards the little right indent so that you can see these three are different options. Now let us try to do the second option. The second option also exactly same. But if you go to the review tab, now what I'll do, I will just keep the same sheet here. All cells are locked, right? This is second option. Now let's go to the review unprotected because I am not given any password. Not a problem. But friends, while you are protecting, what we are trying to tell here, if this particular small box is not there, everyone please concentrate. I hope this Zoom is working. If it is not working, that's fine. But okay, not a problem. See, allow all users of this worksheet to. If this is not there, then it is very simple. You will give a password, you will close it. But why they have given this particular box is, these all are the exceptions. Mr. Saran, okay, anyway, you are giving a protection, but do you want to allow the users to this worksheet to all these items? That means, do you want to allow the users even to locked or unlocked cells? You uncheck both. You uncheck both. Once I click OK, that means I am unchecking these. That means I don't want to allow the users to this worksheet, either locked cell or unlocked cell. Let me click OK. Now what happened? If you can see your cursor, but if you can see, you cannot even keep your cursor because I cannot even allow inside into the cell. Very important. Please understand. Now, probably if you ask me, the difference between earlier protection and this protection is, in this case, this is the one which I have unchecked. This one and this one both, right? Control C. I will just go here. I will just put here, right? This is the one which I have done just now. That's the reason he could not even go inside into the cell. But in the earlier one, in this case, let's go here. Let's go to the review tab. Go to protect. These two got checked. Now, let me see whether I can take a screenshot of it so that I can paste there. This is the one I'm talking about. This is the one which I'm talking about, right? So let's go here, escape, let's go here, Control V. This is for the first situation. Wonderful. Okay. This is for the first one, and this is for the second one. I hope you all are clear what I'm saying is. Right. So let's go here, give the password. Okay. Now, two types of protections are over. Let's look into the very important type of protection of the cells. That is the third one. Meaning, okay, let me move these towards the right side so that you can see the content here. Yeah. Allow the user to the protected cells. That means this is the one. But once he allow, he can see the formula bar content normally. But I don't want to show him the formula bar content. For this, what I'll be doing, I will insert a new sheet. Okay, very quickly, let me prepare company A, company A, B, C, D, E. Okay, concentrate. Very quickly, let me put Jan, Feb, let me drag till the September. 3 quarters. Let me zoom little in so that you can see the content better. Let me use a small formula equal to random between 10 to 1000, close bracket, enter. Copy paste special values so that the values will not change. I want to have quarter-wise totals. So very quickly, I'm just keeping here Q1. Very quickly, I'm keeping here Q2. Very quickly, I'm keeping here Q3. And this is the final total. Q1, just alt equal to, copy here, paste here, paste here. If I do alt equal to, it is such a smart, it automatically identify the consistent formulas, it gives the total. Wonderful, right? Now, even the vertically, I want to have the total. So let's have the alt equal to, wonderful. Now I can just select everything. I will just keep comma format with the 0 decimal. I'll do little formatting here. If I want to select only the text values, what is the option? F5, go to special, select the constants, which are only the text. Now, I want to just make it bold. I want to keep in the yellow color. Wonderful. I want to select only numbers now. What I need to do? F5, special, constants, select only numbers. Click OK. Wonderful. I want to keep it in a light gray color, right? I want to select only the formulas. F5, special. I want to select the formulas. Let the answers of the formulas be numbers, text, and logicals or errors. Select everything. I want to keep this in a different color, maybe something like this. I want to keep it bold because these are the formulas. Very good. I made a nice presentation. Okay, nice formatting. Not presentation, but formatting. Wonderful. Now, friends, let me tell you what I want to do. I am going to take this as a project. User want to allow, user can edit only the gray color cells, right? That means user cannot edit any other cells. And also another thing is allow the user to the protected cells. And another condition is don't display formulas. Oh my God. Okay, so there are 3 type of conditions the user is expecting. How you can work on this. User want only these gray color cells to be edited. That means the protection should not be applied to this. The meaning is we should not apply the protection. Apply the protection. That is the indirect meaning. If we don't want to apply the protection, then what we need to do? First, we need to unlock those cells. Wonderful. Then only protection you cannot apply. If you don't want to apply a protection, first unlock those cells. But how to unlock? Very simple. F5, special, constants. I want to select only numbers. Click this, right click, format cells, unlock, Click OK. Wonderful. So what are the steps I followed? Can anyone tell? What are the steps I followed? I followed the steps F5, then constant, then once constant, then I selected only numbers, then OK. Once you click OK, then I unlocked that. Unlocked in the sense, then whatever the selection, we need to right click, format, and unlock. Okay. Now, first step is over. Now I don't want user to edit it, right? Now let's protect this. Now what I'll be doing, I will go to the review. If I directly go and protect, I want user to even go into the locked cells. Now let me click OK. Sorry, let me give the password. I'm just giving a password here for the time being 1. Remember that I'm giving a password of 1. Click OK. Confirm the password. Wonderful. Now, can user go into the A1 cell? Yes. Can user edit this cell? No, because this is a locked cell, protected. Can user go to this cell? Yes. Can he edit this cell? Of course, because he can go to this cell, he can edit any of these cells. That's the reason, even if I'm pressing the tab, it is not going into any other cell except the unprotected cells. Now, if you want, even you can enter, let's say I want 100. Yes, possible. Edit anything in the gray color area. But now, can I keep my cursor here? Yes. Can I keep my cursor here? Yes. But there is a problem. What is the problem? User can see the formula also. The other person can see even my formulas also. But I don't want user should see the formula, right? Now, let me unprotect this with a password. Now, allow the user to protect the cells. Now, what is the thing here? Review tab. Then protect the group. I already covered this, but again, for your information, I'm giving protect the group. Just bear with me today. I may take another 15 minutes time. Then protect the sheet. Just enter password. Enter and confirm password. Right? But the third one I missed. Don't display formulas. That is the place where this fourth word is having a lot of relevance, meaning hidden cell. Till now, we did not look into that. Now, what I'm going to do, the first activity, we should first select those cells, formula cells, then hide those cells, right? Now, what I'm going to do, F5, special, no, sorry, yeah, special, go to the formulas, click OK, so that only formulas cells got selected. But as of now, these cells are locked cells. I'm sure everyone knows about it. Because unlocked cells are only gray color area. These all cells are locked. Now, if I right click, format, wonderful. These all are locked. Now, let me also check this box called hidden. This is very important. Let me also check this box called hidden. Now, what I'll be doing, this is the one I'm looking for. Wonderful, right? Click OK. Now, in this workbook, this worksheet is having 3 types of cells. Can anyone tell me what are they? Unlocked cells, locked cells, locked and hidden cells. Unlocked cells cannot be protected. Locked cells can be protected, but can go into the cell. Locked and hidden cell can be protected, but cannot see the formula bar content. That is the meaning of it. Now, what I'll be doing, now let's go to the protect sheet. Just give the password 1, confirm the password 1. I can go to any of the cells because there is no restriction for me. I can go and edit these cells because these cells are unlocked cells, meaning unprotected. I can see the formula bar content because these all are only locked cells. But when I come down, you cannot see the formula wherever formula is available. That is the important one in the entire today's session, right? So this is the protection of cells concept. I covered with one example all the concepts, right? Now you should not have any doubt with respect to anything. Sorry, let's give the name called protection. Now I'll just go here. I will unprotect it. Yeah. Okay. Now let me save this file, close. Today's session is ideally over. Now let's go to the protection, right? Today's session, okay, is ideally over. Only one small point I missed here is format, then protection, hide, hidden. Okay, then but only thing which got missed is then protect, then protect. If you apply these two together, then you cannot put a content in the formula bar. Now what I'll be doing, I will just take the same. Now I will take this screenshot. I will, okay, otherwise what I will do, instead of me, right click, format, protection. Let's check this one also. This is important, right? Now let's take the screenshot, format. This is the one which is very critical. Sorry, select this. Wonderful. Control C, right? I'll just go down. I will paste here. Even after 5 years, if you come back to this sheet, you can understand what I'm trying to do. That's the reason in my sessions, Thursday for technology, I always try to make it elaborate with my working files, right? Now, let us come back to the last 7 to 8 minutes time. It's about, till now I have covered how to give a protection. We have seen three different type of protections. One is for the workbook. Even at the time of opening, I want to give a password. Second one is structure of the workbook, nothing but anything with respect to the worksheets. Third one is cells in the worksheet. For the first one, if you apply a protection for the workbook, at the time of opening, if you want a password, later if you forget the password, it's over. I'm really sorry. You cannot get that workbook back. You can Google it. You will find a couple of tools where you may need to upload the data in their website. They may unprotect it and sending across to you. But when it comes to the security, you are sharing your data to the third party. I doubt, right? So when it comes to the remaining two things, let's take a case. Protect to break, the title of this Excel. Let us look into the second one. What is the second protection? First protection is protection of workbook. Breaking is not possible. Okay. Password break is not possible. Once forget, that's all. You can understand the meaning of that's all. Second one, protection of worksheets, sheet structure in the workbook. Let's see. Protection of sheet structure in the workbook. Password we can break. Happy. Third one is protection of cells in the worksheet. Password we can break without any third-party software. Let us look into the first case. Now let me insert the sheet. This sheet name is Protect Worksheets in Workbook. Okay. What is the meaning of it? Go to the review tab, give the password. I'm just giving Saran Kumar as a password. Saran Kumar, it accepted. Now you cannot insert any of the new worksheet. You cannot rename the worksheet, nothing. Now save it, close it. Wow. Now what I'm going to do, in fact, my session is not about architecture or basics, but let me tell you a little background of Excel basic. In the extension of XLSX, Excel means Excel has taken from the XML because the background structure of the Excel is an XML files, is an XML language. S means spreadsheet. Last X in the file type is a macro free. So first two characters has taken from the XML language. XML in the sense, XML is an extensive markup language, right? How do you know that at the back end, these files are the XML files? It's very simple. What I'll be doing now, I am just for the safety purpose, I copied and pasted the same file. This is okay. Paste, right? Now I work on the test. I will change this extension. I will change this extension to ZIP. I am removing XLSX as an extension. I am just keeping ZIP. Once I click OK, yes, this converted this Excel file into the zip file. I'm sure you all know how to work with the zip files, right? If you double click this, you will find the content. See, one small Excel file, I just changed the extension as a .zip. In the ZIP, all are XML files. Check it out, .xml. In that, you'll find all our XML files. In that, you're finding XML files, right? In that, you're finding everywhere, everything is an XML files only, right? Now, what I'm going to do, now I'm not going in depth into this of what is the meaning of XML file, what file is talking what, and so on. But if you go to the Excel, in the worksheets, there are two worksheets, sheet 1, sheet 2. I'm talking about now sheet 2. You may be surprising. Sir, I have given a different name there, but still it is sheet 1 and sheet 2 it is showing. Yes. For the time being, let this be sheet 1 or sheet 2. Now, these all are about how many sheets are there. Now come back. Are you finding your workbook? Now you control C, copy this, come back outside, paste here. Okay. Now this is an XML file, right? I can right click and I can open this XML file in the notepad. Why? In the notepad, I can edit this. Otherwise, by default, XML will get open in the browser. Now, if you look into this notepad, I'm sure you will find a section called protection, right? Now you can see the file name here, protection of MS Excel and so on, right? But let us look into here. This is the path where it got saved and everything. But now if you look into this entire code, you need not to understand what is this code, but just try to see, you will find a part with respect to the protection. Are you finding here, from here till here, from here till here, there is a small code. This code is with respect to the workbook protection. If you are not finding it directly, then you can do one thing. You can just do Control F. You'll find protection. Just click OK. Yes. Right. Now you can see this is about the protection. From here, this till here. This is the opening of this particular element. This is the closing one. Open always will be, if you have an HTML language or maybe PHP or any of the coding language, you will get to know the meaning of it. This is the less than symbol. Okay, this is the backward slash greater than symbol. This is a part. Now what I'll be doing, I will remove this part, right? I will save it because it's a text file. Now let me close it. Now this got edited, right? Now let me do Control C, double click, This is the place where workbook is there. Now you do Control V. When you are trying to paste the same thing here, it is saying already there is a workbook, Mr. XML. Do you want to replace? Yes, I want to replace because I did some edition. I edited this document, right? Now come back. Now I will just remove this zip. I will go back to .xlsx now. See, it converted back into your Excel. Now let me open this. What is the protection I have given? I have given the protection with respect to the second one, protection of sheet structure in the workbook. Now, can I insert a sheet? Yes. But if you go to the review, this protection got broken because I have removed that entire element of the protection, right? This is one way. The second way, this is a way to remove the password or protection for the structure of the sheets. Let's look for the third one, protection of sheets in the worksheet. Now you should tell to the Excel, because protection is only possible for one sheet, right? In this case, now I'll simply, let's put 100. I'll just go to the review, give a protection. I'm giving a password called Saran Kumar. I'm giving a password called Saran Kumar. Wonderful. This workbook name is Protect to Break Test, right? Save it, close it. I'm sure you all know that. Let me open this again for all your information. Protect to break. There is a third sheet which got protected, right? This third sheet name is a sheet. Maybe you can give this as a sheet 4, but at the back end for the Excel, this name is a sheet 3. So don't confuse, because Excel always give a numbering to the sheets. Even if I insert a sheet, delete. Now, if I insert a new sheet, at the back end, the sheet number is sheet 5. Generally, this we cover in the Visual Basic. If you go to the Visual Basic, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4. It gives a sequence, right? Sheet 1 is sheet 1. Sheet 2 is a product worksheet in workbook. Sheet 3 is sheet 3, same name. Sheet 4 is sheet 4, same name. Now, I want to unprotect a sheet called sheet 3. Remember that, right? This particular sheet, there is a password which I want to break it. Save it, close it. Wonderful. Now the same method, .zip, open. Now you go to the Excel. Now earlier we have changed directly in the workbook XML because the worksheet structure is for the entire workbook. Now I'll go to the worksheets. In that, I want to break the password of sheet 3, Control C. I'll come back to the the folder. I'll paste here sheet 3. Now I'll right click. I will open with Notepad. Now you just do Control F, protect. I'm sorry. Control F, protect, enter. Yeah. Are you finding here? Sheet protection. There is a part. From here, I want to remove till here, because this entire section is about the protection. See, it is having an algorithm name. It is having a hash value. It is having a spin count, objects, how many are involved, scenarios, sheet, and so on. It is not showing you the password, but because it got converted into the algorithm, okay, different hash value, so it encrypted. So I'll simply remove this. This option is only to remove the password, but not to, this option is only to remove the password, okay, but not to get the password, okay. Now save this, close this, control C, this sheet 3. Now you go back to your zip file, go here, go to the Excel, go to the worksheets, Control V. Let's replace the existing file with the new file. Come back. Now, .xlsx. Yes. Open this. Do you think password got broken? Of course. You can enter whatever you want in the sheet 3. Go to the review. Password got broken. Right? But unfortunately, For the first one, it is little different. Okay. So let me give a very quick one. Close the file, change the extension file type, change the file type from .xlsx to .zip. Then once after that, I forget, I'm sorry. Let me zip. Okay. Open the zip file, open the zip folder. Then in that, go to the Excel folder, open Excel folder. Then in that, open in text file, open workbook, right? Workbook.xml in text application. I'm putting in very detailed way, right? Then find for protection word protection part, remove, then save, replace the workbook.xml in the Excel folder of zip folder. Then change the path back, change the file type, change the file type from .zip to .xlsx. Open, enjoy, right? Wonderful. The same thing, every step is exactly the same, right? Only the thing you are going to do is in the Excel folder, go to another folder called, if I'm not wrong, worksheets folder. Open worksheets folder. In that, uh, open, okay, open the protected sheet, protected sheet .xml in text application. That's all. Remaining, everything is fine. That's all. Save, close. I hope in today's session, I have covered end to end of protection. I hope you all enjoyed it. So next Thursday, we'll come up with another topic we'll cover elaborately. Thank you so much. See you all in the next session.